When billionaires build homes, they don't think small. They build castles, palaces, modern fortresses worth hundreds of millions. But here's the disturbing truth. Some of these mansions don't just sit empty. They're abandoned, left to rot, overtaken by mold, haunted by scandal, crime, and even death. We're not talking about your typical fixer-uppers. We're talking about mega mansions so expensive they could rival the budgets of small towns, now sitting in silence, hiding terrifying secrets behind their locked gates. Why would billionaires walk away from such wealth? Corruption, curses, murders, dark pasts they don't want anyone to uncover. Today, we're diving into 5 abandoned billionaire mansions that hide terrifying secrets. Number 1, the Linwood Hall Mansion, Philadelphia's forgotten Titanic palace. Once called the American Versailles, Linwood Hall is a 110-room Gilded Age mansion built in the early 1900s by billionaire industrialist Peter Widener. At its peak, it was one of the grandest homes in America, filled with priceless art, gold leaf ceilings, and enough bedrooms to house royalty. But here's where it gets terrifying. Widener's fortune came from streetcars and steel, but his family's legacy is overshadowed by tragedy. His son and grandson both died aboard the Titanic in 1912, after investing heavily in the White Star Line, the company that owned the doomed ship. Locals began whispering that the mansion was cursed. Over the decades, the family abandoned Linwood Hall. Priceless art was stripped. The once manicured gardens turned to weeds. Today, the massive estate sits crumbling, its windows broken, its hallways covered in dust. Urban explorers who sneak inside report hearing footsteps, voices, and cold drafts in rooms where no one stands. What's terrifying isn't just the ghost stories. It's the silence of wasted fortune, a billionaire's palace haunted by death, loss, and the collapse of a dynasty. Number 2, Mike Tyson's abandoned Ohio mansion. Luxury turned into a cage. In the 1990s, boxing champion Mike Tyson was at the height of fame and fortune. He bought a massive mansion in Ohio, featuring a pool, a basketball court, mirrored bathrooms, and even cages for his pet tigers. But Tyson's fall was just as fast. After legal troubles and financial ruin, the mansion was left abandoned. For years, it sat untouched, gold-plated faucets tarnished, marble floors cracked, tiger cages rusting in silence. What makes it terrifying? When explorers entered the house, they found everything frozen in time. Furniture, personal belongings, even untouched champagne bottles in the fridge. It was as if Tyson just walked out one day and never returned. Worse, the tiger cages in the backyard look more like prison cells than pet enclosures. Standing there, you realize this wasn't just a mansion. It was a fortress of excess and violence. Locals say the house carries a heavy energy, a reminder of how fast power can decay. Tyson's abandoned mansion isn't just creepy. It's a symbol of how billion-dollar lives can turn into million-dollar ruins overnight. Number 3, the Versace mansion copy, New York's haunted replica. Everyone knows Gianni Versace's Miami mansion, but fewer know about a bizarre replica built in New York by a mysterious billionaire. Modeled after Versace's style, the house was drenched in gold, mirrors, and Baroque designs. Here's the terrifying part. Construction stopped abruptly after the mansion's owner was linked to shady deals and organized crime. Rumors swirled that the home was used as a front for laundering money. Workers reported seeing strange men coming in at night, and neighbors complained of eerie lights and sounds long after the property was abandoned. When investigators searched, they found hidden rooms, panic rooms, and underground vaults. Some claimed tunnels connected the house to other buildings, designed for secret escapes. Today, the mansion is decaying, its marble cracked, its windows blackened. Locals whisper it's cursed, pointing to the number of people tied to the property who ended up in prison, or worse. It's not just an abandoned house, it's a crime scene in disguise, hiding secrets the world was never supposed to uncover. Number 4, the Playboy Mansion's forgotten sister property, Holmby Hills. Most people know the Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles, but few know about its sister property, also once tied to billionaire Hugh Hefner's empire. Built for lavish parties, the Holmby Hills mansion was filled with the same debauchery: hot tubs, underground rooms, mirrored halls. After Hefner's decline, the property was abandoned, left to rot in one of LA's wealthiest neighborhoods. What's terrifying is what was left behind. Explorers found photographs, secret passageways, and rooms designed for voyeurism. Some even claim to have found medical records and documents suggesting darker stories of exploitation behind the Playboy brand. Neighbors say the house carries an eerie presence. Despite being surrounded by multi-million-dollar homes, nobody wants to buy it. The secrets inside are too heavy, too toxic, too terrifying. It's not just an abandoned mansion. It's a graveyard of Hollywood's darkest excesses. Number 5, the Ghost Palace Hotel, Indonesia's billionaire folly. If there's one abandoned billionaire project that truly feels like it stepped out of a horror movie, it's the Ghost Palace Hotel in Bali, Indonesia. Officially named the P.I. Bedugul Taman Rekreasi Hotel and Resort, this massive property was envisioned in the 1990s as a luxury retreat for the wealthy elite of Asia. But today, it sits crumbling in the misty highlands of Bali, covered in moss and shadow. Its empty halls whispering stories of greed, corruption, and possibly even the supernatural. The project was reportedly backed by Tommy Suharto, the son of former Indonesian dictator Suharto. The Suharto family was infamous for corruption, siphoning billions from Indonesia during their reign. Tommy's idea was to create a jewel in Bali's crown, a resort that would attract international billionaires, politicians, and celebrities. Plans included grand lobbies decorated with marble, sprawling villas overlooking mountain valleys, an infinity pool with views of volcanic peaks, and endless corridors of guest suites. In terms of ambition, it was meant to rival the most exclusive resorts in the world. But here's where it gets terrifying. Construction was plagued with delays, scandals, and rumors from day one. Local workers whispered about strange accidents. Some died on site. Others claimed they saw shadows moving at night, figures walking the unfinished hallways when no one was there. Balinese culture, deeply rooted in spirituality, began to see the property as cursed. Taxi drivers refused to drive past it after dark. Locals gave it its infamous name, the Ghost Palace. By the late 1990s, Tommy Suharto himself fell from grace. Accused of corruption, sentenced for arranging an assassination, and embroiled in political chaos, his dream project collapsed with him. The resort was abandoned mid-construction, with entire wings left unfinished and others already decaying. Millions of dollars vanished, leaving behind a carcass of wealth gone wrong. Walking inside today is like entering a horror set. The grand lobby, meant to welcome billionaires, is filled with weeds growing through cracked marble. Rooms are stripped bare, their windows shattered, their balconies overlooking nothing but fog. Moss creeps over stone staircases. Murals fade on the walls, warped by time and moisture. And the silence, broken only by the wind, feels heavy, as if the building itself resents its abandonment. Urban explorers who dare to enter tell chilling stories. Some claim to feel watched. Others report hearing whispers in languages they don't understand. Photos taken inside show odd light flares and shadowy shapes. Whether or not you believe in ghosts, there's no denying the aura of dread that hangs over the place. It's not just an abandoned hotel. It feels like a monument to unfinished sins. But here's the darker truth. The Ghost Palace isn't just haunted by spirits, it's haunted by greed. The Ghost Palace stands as one of the most terrifying reminders that when billionaires chase vanity projects, they don't just waste money, they leave behind ruins of arrogance, corruption, and secrets. And sometimes, those ruins feel alive. From Philadelphia's cursed Titanic Palace to Tyson's tiger cages, from mafia mansions to Playboy secrets, from Bali's haunted Ghost Palace, these abandoned billionaire projects remind us of a brutal truth. Money can build palaces, but it can't erase curses, crimes, or hubris. These mansions aren't just ruins. They're warnings that even billions can't protect you from the secrets that hide in your own walls. Now let me ask you, do you think these mansions are truly haunted, or just haunted by the sins of the billionaires who built them? Because one thing's for sure, abandoned luxury has a way of telling the truth billionaires would rather hide.